Hey folks, Quill18 here, and I'm sure you're wondering, what am I playing and why am I playing it? This is Rift. It's an MMO, and I played it for a little while some time ago when it was pretty cheap to purchase, and I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. Rift is sort of unapologetically kind of in terms of interface and gameplay, kind of a WoW clone. And that's okay, that's not a bad thing. World of Warcraft is very good, and I played a lot of World of Warcraft, and it was nice to see something that played very, very, very similar. Took everything that was good about it and kept it, and took some other things and made it better. Especially nowadays, considering how... Whoa, I did not mean to be right there. Well, those guys spawned in. Especially nowadays, while WoW is really changing a lot of things into an old-time player like me, and I did play World of Warcraft for like, I don't know, 5 years straight basically. Level up. Good. Let us take a look at what the skill tree is like, or the talent tree. Yeah, I mean, I stopped some time ago, right around the time I stopped, and then I started playing League of Legends, and I started making the videos, and you know, the rest is history. And the thing is, I really enjoyed playing something like World of Warcraft. You know, in a way, I'm kind of happy I stopped, because it's like, oh, I have so much more free time, and not, you know, addicted to this thing. But the fact of the matter is, MMOs are really, really fun. Like, you know, you get home from I don't know, work or school or whatever, and you don't have to think about what you're doing. You know, you're going to jump on here, and it's going to be awesome. You got a raid tonight, and, you know, you're going to, like, try to down this boss that's been giving you a hard time for a couple weeks, or something like that, or, you know, you're just going to go in PvP. Like, some people play, you know, like Call of Duty or Counter-Strike, you know, non-stop, or Team Fortress 2. There's another example, right? Well, you know, PvP and MMOs can also be kind of satisfying, and it's interesting because you're always building towards something. You're directly rewarded for the amount of time that you put into the game, because you're going to end up with better gear and whatever, and it's quite a social experience as well. And so in a way, I kind of wish that I could get addicted to an MMO again, because they're relatively awesome. But I don't actually have the time for that now, not if I want to keep doing videos of all kinds of different games. Part of the other reason I'd like to get back into MMOs is because I used to play with my wife all the time. In fact, like, a bunch of my friends and family were playing World of Warcraft. Like, my mother-in-law was my guildmaster. I've talked about that before. And that was cool, you know? So not only did you know what you were doing, you knew who you were going to do it with, and they were all friends, and when you got together in real life, you could kind of talk about these things. I mean, I guess there's always risk that you could take over life a little bit too much. Is that not my heal spell? Oh, that's my Bolt of Depravity. Right, that's how I could start fights. Like so. So yeah, and now with Mist of Pandaria right around the corner, there's lots of talk around the house of what are we going to do about this, and with Guild Wars 2 coming out as well. And it just so happened that I checked out something on the Rift's website. I think I've got to use something. Oh, there we go. When I went to log in to check whatever it was, I don't know how I got there either. It asked me to update my login information, just, you know, update my security info and that sort of thing. And that happened to, you know, as a thanks for, you know, going through the trouble of knock this guy up, of updating your info. Here's 3 days free game time added to your account. Well, I haven't played. I only played for the 1 month. Even then, wasn't most of the what the hell? One day I will replicate Ascension. All right. Plots, huh? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I didn't even play for most of the month, so I didn't have an active account or anything. But it was like, oh, cool. Well, I guess I'm gonna spend the next couple of days playing this. Because it is fun. Yeah, yeah, take me back to Valorhold.
You stand between tomorrow and destruction.
It is a beautiful game as well, I find. I'm going to try to upload this as 1080p, because some people want to see it. I think I've got my graphic settings all maxed. Well, Ultra? Yeah, I guess so. Hey, you can record video built in? Really? Up to 10 minutes? Oh, that's really handy. I didn't know that. What's Rift Connect? Oh, right. You can sign up with Facebook and then post comments to Facebook built in, and post pictures to Facebook built in, which is awesome. Oh, post to all networks, so Twitter, YouTube. Wow, I could like it'd be really easy to become a premier Rift caster, and I don't think I will, just because I've got too many other things to do. But to bring it around is I really do enjoy the game. Oops, no, I want a reward, thank you. Probably. Oh, that's another new quest. That's what that is. And I do have to level up as well. I keep forgetting.
My might is my virtue.
So, we'll accept that. Yeah, I know I'm not like reading the quest or anything. I have done the newbie area before. I decided rather than start with I think my highest level character is only level 22. Despite, instead of starting with him, I decided to just start a new because I wasn't sure if I'd remember all the hotkeys and everything. And then of course I forgot that it was a perfect WoW clone. And here's the talent tree. As much as like World of Warcraft keeps ripping them out, they add them in. And what's really interesting is the deeper you go into your various trees, and you can really customize this. Each one of these, like your class, like I'm a cleric is my calling, but for each one of these, you've got multiple souls. It's a really interesting story, the way they've got it set up, you know, who you are and what you are, and you're comprised of multiple souls, and you can actually swap them in and out to a certain extent. So the 3 souls I've got are Sentinel, Inquisitor, and Warden. And you can pick from a few predefined ones here, but you can also swap these out. So this one here, because I haven't spent any talent points in here yet, I can swap it in and out pretty easily. It gives you 2 abilities for free, and then as you spend more talent points in it, not only do they give you a variety of passive effects or sometimes unlock spells, they also give you more abilities down here. So I'm actually just totally going with one of their recommended builds just because I can rip through it pretty quickly. I do like virtually every calling has a really decent self buff that scales up really well as you go forward, that you're just going to have on all the time and makes you kind of better. So I'm going to make sure to turn that buff on, that's for sure. And then I'm capped out in this tree for now, so I'll go back over here. More damage for my spells over time. And I went with this because I like playing healers a lot. Obviously, you know, in MOBAs I like to play healers, clearly support characters. But I liked it in MMOs too, and some people hate it, but I liked it because it was a very different type of gameplay that a lot of people don't get to experience. I do like playing classes that can switch roles a lot. I used to play a druid in WoW, and I like in any given night I would tank, heal, and DPS. Like depending on the fight and what kind of composition we needed. I was in a really high-end progression guild. We got, you know, server first, boss kills, that sort of thing. And so, and back in the day, I used to spend a fortune. I guess I'll just spend. There we are. Yeah, save and exit. I used to spend a fortune. Just I need another talent bar turned on. Oh, I've got 2 bucks. Why? Let me just put them here for now, so I don't lose them. And figure out where I set this up. Yeah, so before they had multi-talent options, I used to spend tons of money respeccing multiple times a night. You know, whatever the role is. It's like, okay, I'm gonna hearth out, I'm gonna respec to healing, then they're gonna summon me back in with their warlocks, I'm gonna do this fight as a healer, and then I'm gonna go back to town and switch back to a tanking spec or just a damage dealing spec. It was pretty ridiculous. Lots of different heal spells. Can I put them both on? Nope, only one. Ah, so I have to choose an armor. Or an aura. Yeah, I definitely want the Aura of Devotion for more spell power. And then head this way. So I'm hoping that that sort of thing is in here as well. I've never gotten to endgame Rift, and I doubt that I will this time. But these are the sort of features I like. I wonder if I should have gone to my trainer. I might have some upgrades waiting for me. I'm not sure. Meh. So yeah, I've never gotten to endgame Rift, but hopefully that sort of thing is in there. But one of the other things about being a healer that's nice is you can always find a group really easily, because people always need healers. They need tanks a fair amount as well, generally speaking. You know, I suppose I shouldn't speak for Rift directly. I also like that the loot is actually kind of an AoE loot. You'll loot multiple bodies with one go. There's some great random events in here as well, so as you're questing, you know, and this is the newbie area, so it's very scripted. But once you get into the regular area, as you're questing, these sorts of sky rifts like this will open up, and these random events will start that you can ignore or you can participate in and earn a variety of points for. I think I've got to go and I gotta smash these things, right? And that's cool. I like that sort of thing. I don't know if they have a looking for group. Oh, it's funny. I'm just blindly hitting the keyboard using the exact same hotkeys as WoW, and they work. Yeah, see, I like this a lot. I love the looking for group tool when they added it in WoW. Like, to a certain extent, it decreased the social experience of, like, sitting in chat and talking with people. But screw that. I don't like talking to people, and especially not for this. Like, I just, you know, queue me up, automatically match me with another appropriate group, and then move on. Seriously. Like, I don't think, yeah. I wonder how high level I have to be for some of these. Like, maybe that's for the random dungeons. Like, if I get up to level 15 and then I can access the Realm of the Fae, I wonder if that'll just count as a random or not. I've never done a dungeon either. I don't think they actually had this tool back when I was originally playing it. I'm not 100% sure. It has certainly been launch catapult at the back. Kind of funny, actually. I like it. I have to do some more stuff. Oh, cleanse the horses. Right. Let's go and do that. Although, am I just going to be riding that back? In which case, I'm going to have to walk back out here. I'm not sure. That's what I get for not reading the quest. And again, you know, a lot of people criticize in WoW when they added these various quest helpers, and you know, it made it too easy mode, too newbie, or took you out of some of the storyline because you weren't reading the quests. And I think that's valid. And also, yeah, apparently I got to return it home. I may have to do this more than once though, so I guess it's okay. And yeah, and I guess that is a very valid. There's something to be said about, like, you know, reading and understanding and then looking around. It can be a pain from time to time if it's badly worded. Now, what it has given them is the ability to actually not bother describing where things are.
Beware the corruption. We will redeem Telara.
What do I do with this horse? Oh, there we are. Okay. And is that the end of the quest, really? Just the one? Alright.
We will defeat the dragons.
I don't remember what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, the quest thing. But it also means in the description they don't have to kind of spend time with the location, so they just kind of tell you about the storyline more, and then you can direct yourself. And I don't know. I mean, it certainly makes it a lot faster, the quest. Although one of the other issues with WoW ever since Wrath of the Lich King came out is the fact that the quests are really chained together. And it's good in one way in that it allows them to tell a more coherent story. You know, you do quest A, which leads you to quest B, which leads you to quest C, and the whole time it's developing a story. And those, I mean, quest chains are always good. The problem is that now they're all quest chains. You go to a quest hub, you know, some little outpost somewhere, you pick up 3 quests, which are the only quests available. They're all in the same area. You go there, and then you complete all 3 quests, and you go back, you turn them all in, and then now, like, 3 more quests are unlocked, and you just repeat that. And it takes away some of the mystery of things, where, like, and this is what's happening right now in the newbie area, but I recall when I got into the larger kind of world of Rift here, it was like, here's a ton of quests. Go nuts. And then you get to look at your map, and that's where, like, it's the combination of the two. When you have a lot of quests, but then you do have the quest finder, then you can open up your map, because theoretically, like, people would have pointed out things on your map, and that's the thing I used to defend the decision of having all these helpers when people are complaining about it in WoW. Is, you know, when someone gives you a quest and they say, oh, go over here and do this, well, if you just, like, open up your map and you say, where was that again? They'll point. They'll say, oh, go there. And so I found that excusable, especially when there was a lot of quests, because then you open your map, you see, okay, I got a bunch here, and then you're like, how am I going to do this? You're going to pick and choose sort of how you want to do it optimally. And some people are big-time role players, and this is where my wife came in. That's probably worth an upgrade. That is, no. You know, she role plays like crazy, and if she feels there's a quest, and we always played on a role-playing server because they were a lot of fun. If she feels like there was a quest that she was given that her character wouldn't do, she wouldn't do it. She would skip it, you know. And sometimes it's, you know, what her character wouldn't do, and sometimes it's something that she even didn't care for. But, you know, she had some characters that would that would fight against the Horde. We played on the Alliance side, so some of them would fight against the Horde, and some wouldn't, because they were slightly more pacifistic or didn't believe like in the whole Horde Alliance war, which was retarded. Like the theme of the whole Horde Alliance war is that people are retarded assholes, and that's really what the message you got from WoW. Well, this is interesting.